We start off this afternoon, as you may expect, by remembering one of our own who sadly left us early, the early part of last month. That man was a teammate of many of the legends here. He was a favourite and a legend amongst many of you people. Kurt was a man who played for Bristol Rovers between 2003 and 2006. 126 games in the Blue White Quarters, 31 goals, a man blessed with pace and with power and with a personality that epitomised Bristol Rovers Football Club. Ladies and gentlemen, we do now a minute's applause for Mr. Julia Agogo.
In the air. It's a head, so you've got choice events or kick off. You'll have kick off, you've got choice events, you want to stay where you are? You want to stay where you are? Lads, best of luck, yeah? Have a great game. Brilliant, well done. Okay, yeah. Go ahead, have a good one. Have a good one, yeah? Enjoy it.
Supporters get the game underway. It's Rob Smith. And he lost out to Lambert. Lescott. And Lambert and batter with Ash Coles. Showing no mercy there with the challenge. And Lescott again. From a fullback for the Gas. Hanging one. Lambert penalised there. Just trying to head the ball back inside. The supporters start with a free kick, which Josh Dempsey's going to take. Front trio for Rovers of Walker, Lambert and Hoskin. And Walker just going to flick on. Now with Lucas Hart putting down the left. Rob Smith. Touch on Darren Burt, he's lost out to Chalice. I suppose a fullback more for Rovers, Chalice. He's operating further advanced on the left side. Lescott again. Walker's trying to make a forward run, but got a high press on the supporters. And Lambert shrugs aside his opponent. 2 Rover supporters keen to intercept there. Meacham, Hart. Meacham tries to get it across, and no nonsense clearance. The supporters are thrown in an attacking position. And Rovers restart with a throw. And Chalice on the left-hand side, unable to keep it in play. Along, Elliott clears. Lambert has flick on. Lescott. Mansell. Not now for Mansell. Good move here from Rovers and a chance, and Walker is well robbed in the end. First little flurry for the former Rovers men. Smith getting that. Chalice, a bit of room on the left-hand side. Just get across, looking for Walker, not quite fully connect, and and the striking instinct there of Mr. Lambert, couldn't quite find Nick Goldwood. Plenty of goals in his career across all levels. Scored in all 4 Football League divisions, Champions League and for his country, but couldn't score at Mangotsfield. First chance of the game. 5 minutes in. Hart. So keen to run at the defence. Still going and blazed over the bar by Hargreaves. A good play from Lucas Hart down the left-hand side. Didn't get the finish that all his hard work desired. Steve Phillips, he got the move restarted for Rovers. Still keeps himself very fit. World Cup winner, Veterans World Cup. A couple of titles in the last few years, playing out in Thailand. Elliott, no nonsense clearance. Smith beats Lambert in the air. It's a long one to Meacham. Raking dry, chance out from Foster. Spore's not looking overawed so far. So plenty of the ball down this left-hand side. I mean, chance for the Legends to try and pounce. Hart. Not going infield, but too much pace on that one. Chalice going to keep it in play. To Walker. Hoskins trying to make a run off the ball. Lescott finds Hoskins now. He's playing in Australia at the moment. Just about at Hemel last season, but Jason Burke gets it back to his goalkeeper. Mansell is not from a crunching challenge. Chalice looks offside. You don't agree with the decision. Manu were fortunate dishonour, I suppose, of playing with Bristol Rovers through a relegation. Started at QPR. So supporters restart the free kick. Right, Lambert. Dempsey. Headed back into the touch. The pint is safe, that's the main thing. Highlighted that supporters' day. Slight bit of pain afterwards. Overhit, it's going to be a goal kick. Just about goes out. Disley with that overhit ball. Like so many of these players, well thought of. I spell in the blue and white quarters. Also did well at Grimsby amongst others. Hart, Lescott, now Lambert, Lescott again, advancing run. Hart's done well to his credit. Jason Burt tries to clear it. Hoskin. Coles. Constantly reminded that he's got time. Away to Chalice, Disley. Into play, Disley again. Mansell. Lambert, Lescott's up ahead of him. To Disley, now Lescott. Squared ball and the defender takes no chances. Darren Burt coming back. Bristol Rovers win the first corner of the contest 10 minutes in. Still goalless, been a few high-scoring games in these two previous events. 6-2 and 8-3. It's a bending one. It's off the head of Rob Smith. Another corner for the Gas. Many in attendance. Good 1,000-strong crowd, I'd say. It's a throw-in, in fact. Disley, is it back to Mansell? High hanging ball, and Dempsey eventually gets there. Lambert with a towering header. There's questions of a push in there, but goalkeeper has the ball regardless. And for Meacham to give chase, and Lescott head it into touch. Crunching challenges going in. Chalice is in a bit of space on the left-hand side. Perhaps didn't appreciate being given a bit of a chase after that one. Disley's the furthest forward. Disley gets a touch. It's a good save from Dempsey. A lovely run off the ball from Craig Disley. Well gathered in the end from the supporters' custodian. Chalice. Couldn't quite figure out Les Scott. Hart's got there first. Still going Hart. Tricky play on this left-hand side. Right. Luke Meacham. Hart again. Raking try from Burt is blocked. Les Scott charges down. It's Jason Burt again. Legends can't get this away. Meacham. Chance of Hart. Burt with a raking drive. Still the supporters press. Right. Bad standard so far, both teams cancelling each other out. Nearly a quarter of an hour gone. Elliott. Lambert. Les Scott. Side to Disley. Hoskin. It's a baby of this group. I think he's only 33 still. Disley. And Rovers enjoying good possession. Disley. This is blocked and another corner. Gas. Always going to make a change or two, I think. It's 15 minutes in. Goes short, having been urged to watch it. Chalice swings one in. Well headed away from danger. Smith. Byron Anthony with a throw. Anthony again. Combination of a couple of supporters managed to clear. There's Elliott. Goalkeeper called for that, but the defender takes no chances and goes around for a throw. Aaron Les Scott's going to take brother Jolyon. Inside to Anthony. Really good play though from Hart, who has made a bright start to this game. So he's played a decent enough level. Smith played it forward and Les Scott heads behind. Fox to take the throw. Appeals for a foul, nothing doing. Switch ball to Chalice. via Hoskin. Hoskin's the furthest man forward here. I don't think he's going to carry it. It's going to go straight through to Josh Dempsey in the supporters' goal. More height and distance. Hart should bring it down. Tries to, but fails. Disley, Lambert, turn away from trouble. Oh, it's audacious from Lambert. What a goal that is! Magic yet again from Ricky Lambert. He must have been a full 40 yards out. And he had the audacity to loft it straight over Josh Dempsey. That is a terrific goal. 18 minutes in. And the Legends with a legendary goal lead, 1-0. He's still got it. Ricky Lambert, part of the promotion team of Bristol Rovers, 2006-07. That was worth the entrance money alone. Shame the supporters had competed well to that point, but he spotted goalkeeper Dempsey off his line and took full advantage. Here's Walker, Anthony, Foster rather. Ricky Lambert, who went on to make 13 caps for England. He's got plenty of glorious goals in his career. Added another one in this well-supported charity event. So can't wait to look back on it. Hoskins lost out, Hargreaves. And Disley manages to get a foot in. Anthony. Good layoff though from Darren Burt to Hart. Hart goes to goal. Blocked from Anthony. Watched it well. And Lescott now scampering down his right hand side. Oh, really good, fine interception that is. Lucas Hart timed it to perfection. Lambert, Disley, Anthony. Foster, it's Anthony now. Lambert. Oh, chested down from Lambert. As Walker, sorry, and couldn't quite latch onto it. Ball from Lambert, those two linked up. Flag penalises Meacham. Walker. Really good strength that is. Lays off to Lambert. Would have been offside on Disley, but ball didn't reach the former front man. Walker. Lambert. Lescott. Hart takes it away from Mansell and Hoskins. Good run this. Little too long though for Hart and for Meacham, and Phillips quick off his line. Phillips had a brief spell at Mangotsfield as well. Here's Lambert. Lescott's in a lot of room down his right side. He couldn't quite get the pass right, and then Lescott's going to have to get back. Strictly should have been a drop ball in, but the referee's happy for the game to go on. New law coming in. Anthony reads that through ball. Hoskin. And Steve Phillips, rare touch. Makes Foster chase for that, former Whitley Bay assistant manager. Elliott. Lescott managed to pick up the loose ball. Hoskin. Lambert. Disley. Good move this. Lescott keen to get involved. On his right back position, gone central. Walker stood some distance offside. Smith. Hart. Trying to get the better of Lescott. Ball a little bit too much pace on it. It travels all the way through to Phillips in the Bristol Rovers goal, man. He played for Bristol City and Rovers. 6 times at Wembley, I believe he appeared. Mansell, the man who's a goal at Wembley, got Rovers back into the Football League. Winning penalty in the shootout. Keep his popularity in Rovers fans' good books forever. And many of those out there this afternoon, of course. One of those, Rob Smith. Elliott wins the header. Disley finds Lambert. Covering over Ash Coles. Smith. Hoskin, change of Lescott. Move this to Walker. Lescott. We have more touches than any other Rovers player, and through to Disley now has a chance, turns back inside. Disley goes to the curler, and that is an expert finish from Craig Disley on 25 minutes to double Rovers lead. Class apart, 2 class goals. Rovers legends 2, Rovers supporters 0. Picked his spot perfectly there, Craig Disley. I know a few of the fans picked him as their all-time favourite player. I'm sure they'll still think of him fondly despite that, as they make a change as well. Fox is coming off. Well, 2 moments of quality separate the sides at present. The supporters have coped well. These players, not only for Bristol Rovers, made many appearances throughout the football pyramid. It's a great acclaim. Disley scored that second goal. Chalice is trying to get into space on the left. Still battling away, Trevor Chalice. And he's behind for a goal kick. Chalice, who ended his playing days at Eastleigh. A couple of times against Bath City in the Conference South. Signed by Ian Holloway in 2001. Dempsey with a goal kick. Freeze. Alistair Fowle has spotted pushing that. It's going to be left for Coles to take. Goes to the long one for head of Meacham. In the corner, final touch sends off Anthony. Pleads that it wasn't. Brian Anthony had a long association with the Rovers. Well, poor corner though. Chance for a counter. Hoskin. Disley. Didn't quite get there first as well. Redford, the captain. Darren Burt. Carota. Coles. To Carota again. Oh, it's a strong crunching challenge. Chalice, his man know that he was there, to say the least. Approaching the half-hour mark, looks like Rovers might want to bring on a couple of fresh faces. Plenty to call upon in that dugout. Barry Hales amongst them. Hoskin. Lescott. Walker. Smith. Carota. Comfortable enough in possession, the Rovers supporters. Carota got the better of Disley. Over the top for Hargreaves. Stayed onside. A couple of options in the middle. Meacham one of them. Miles to overhit it. Should keep it in. Lambert. Elliott. Lucas Hart with another chance to run at Lescott. It's inside well. Still going. Good little tussle between the two. Till Hoskin decides we'll have no more of that and wins the ball back for his side. From a Rotherham man, made his first 3 appearances for Rotherham under 3 different managers, and usually. Mansell onto Foster. And Chalice. Chipped ball for Walker to bring down. He's got no support in the penalty area. Hoskin's making a run forward. Lambert's lingering on the edge of the box. Walker might want to go alone, and that one is a comfortable take for well-positioned Josh Dempsey. Carota asking a bit of Burt. Lost out to Mansell. Anthony. Lescott. Walker. Foster now. I'm going to rare venture forward. Might fancy a go himself. Still going. Foster, he's been brushed aside. Disley loses out as well. Defending from the supporters back line. Hart. So half hour gone. Carota. 2 classy goals separate the contest thus far, but Hart might want to halve the deficit at least. Still Hart. Chalice, a good, much needed clearance. And Foster to Lambert. Disley. 3 men around him. He's managed to work his way out that tricky spot. Lambert. Mansell. Lambert again. Chalice is in a lot of room on the left if Walker finds him, which he does perfectly. Expert first-time control as well, not an expert ball forward. Another strong challenge from the left-sided man. We have a raft of substitutions now. Almost all of the Rovers players, if not all of them, are coming off, so that makes life for the commentator slightly more difficult. It indeed look like all 10 outfield players are coming off. Barry Hales amongst them, who's come on. Dave Gilroy out there as well. He scored over 200 goals in non-league colours. Lewis Haldane, too. Playing up the road at Yate in recent years. Barry Hales, who was sold from Bristol Rovers to Fulham. Gilroy. Hales, just early involvement, and couldn't quite bring it under control. And Gilroy, Andy Gurney, another man who's come on, who managed Weston-super-Mare. Andy Gurney now manages Roman Glass and George in the Western League. Got a good win in the Vase yesterday. It's like a front three of Hales, Gilroy and Haldane. And Phillips comes out to claim well. Hales. Sent off Bryant. Smith. Neal. Smith. The support's made a couple of changes amongst all that as well. Neal, one of them. As you'd expect, comfortable to play the ball along the ground on their back four. Bryant. Hales has been to it by Coles. Meacham goes a goal and just misses the angle of post and crossbar. I think Phillips had it covered, but good effort there from Luke Meacham. Trying to make his mark. Bryant chips it over. Gilroy onside, tries to bring under control, but the Neal gets back well. Totally misdirected header from Burt. Back to Haldane, now Gilroy. Haldane again. Gurney. Making the Rover supporters chase shadows, Neal in particular. Driving, nearly deflected Gilroy in the end. Off McKeever. And goes behind for a corner. And my many years of watching Bath City, I didn't see many better corner takers than Mark McKeever. Although it was normally Chris Holland on the end of it. He was had no association with Bristol Rovers, so See what else Craig Hinton's come up. It was a goal machine because he scored a quick spurt of goals in a spell. So McKeever looking for Hales. Finds an opponent after all that big build-up. Received it again on the left-hand side. Former Western assistant manager as well. McKeever almost outfoxing himself. Still got it, the footwork. Well, as I say that, he runs the ball out of play. Commentator curse. Won the Southern League with Bar City 12 years ago. Almost won it here. Draw against Mangotsfield. Won it at Yate just up the road a few days later instead. But long one from Neil Meacham. Down from Burt. Carota. Smith. Unfamiliar left wing roll. And plants across straight into the grateful mitts of Steve Phillips. Gilroy to McKeever. Turn from Haldane. And lay off to Hales. Gurney. Bryant. Good. Defensive header back into the feet of Dempsey. A few players trying to exchange pleasantries, as you'd expect. Such a light-hearted occasion. Hart. There's a chance just behind Hart, though, who he nearly managed to gobble up the loose one. The sun disappears, becomes a little bit overcast. Hales is it through, and Gilroy is adjudged to have been offside. The referee hasn't noticed it thus far. Playing on by looks of things. McKeever. Haldane. Goes for goal. Ooh, Dempsey wasn't too sure if that was going to creep inside his near post, and something better trying to caress it rather than put it behind for a corner. Which, unsurprisingly, McKeever wants to take. Hinton again's come up. So McKeever to take. Well headed away though. Hart and a chance to break. Perhaps got pace on some of these former Rovers players. Finds Meacham. Cross comes in, it's too long, beats everybody and goes behind for throwing on this near side. That approach play again from the supporters. They haven't been outclassed, just been outclassed in the finishing department. Few teams wouldn't have done. Two classy goals from Ricky Lambert and Craig Disley in the space of 7 first half minutes. Long one over top, flag stays down. Haldane. McKeever. Gurney's made a run forward. So it's Danny Coles, also played with Bristol City. Hales, our lovely dummy that is. Interchange with Gilroy and a bit unselfish and try to find Gilroy again. Goal broacher. Smith. It's ball out for his side. No real outlet. Bryant. Oh, what a ball that is to Haldane over on the far side. Gilroy's waiting in the middle. Hales is there as well. He might want to go alone. Oh, just past the post. Terrific effort though from Haldane. From what we've seen earlier, I thought that was going to be another screamer. Hinton straight on the head of him and the goal kick. Gilroy. A little bit blustery. Haldane somehow found Gilroy. Now Gurney making a run forward. It's the first time ball, but it's well blocked. He's going for another Rovers corner. Good defending from Neil. Comes in, and it was headed goalwards from Hinton. I mentioned earlier, he had the nickname goal machine, because I don't think he scored until well into his 100th game for Bristol Rovers. And then he got a spurt of around 4 and 6. Well known for stopping them rather than scoring them. Denied by the offside flag that time, Haldane. Burt. Back to Dempsey as we approach half-time. Smith. See over the far side, the packed dugouts today. Sure there's going to be more changes later on. Hales. Hart, who has fouled from Coles. Kick just past halfway. The PA system kicks in the gear. Smith to take, perhaps the last chance of the half. Burt's made a run forward. Just hanging one. Ref about to blow his whistle, I think, for the half-time interval. Play gone for a few more seconds. And that's it from the first half. Good one as well. Side separated by 2 tremendous goals from Ricky Lambert. Who else? Doubled up from Craig Disley. So in this Martin Belsten Memorial Match 2019, supporters have put up a decent show. But at the break, they trail by 2-0. Back underway for the second half. Hinton. Trout. And he made his debut for Bristol Rovers at Main Road in front of no less than 25,000 spectators. Hales. Too long, cleared from the supporters' back line, picked up from Hales. Hinton, a bit of pressure from Meacham and Hart, but the livelier the supporters thus far. Phillips, Trout, McKeever, former varsity men all linking up together. touch from Gilroy. Trying to receive it back. It's up from Burt. Oh, borderline offside on Hart. Still got it, and I think it's the first shot which the supporters have recorded thus far. Minute and a half into the second half, and a comfortable take from Steve Phillips. Hinton, whose uncle, a former Derby player, spreads over to the left for Haldane. Keever. Bryant. Easily dispossessed. Good run off the ball from Hart. Meacham's waiting in the middle. Hart going the other side of Trout. Meacham's got there. Oh, he's trolling the ball at the vital moment. Desperate appeals for a penalty, but referee not interested. Hales. Referee wants to stop the game here to check on the progress of Coles, who went diving in. Strong but fair challenge. Ash Coles. Hinton. Tripe. Appeals a handball, and the Rovers got the decision their way, turning 25, 30 yards or so out. So there's going to be a fight on for this one. Gurney's near the ball. Keever and Bryant as well. See, I think it looks like McKeever might fancy this, left footer. No, it's left, and it's a comfortable save. Oh, it should have been a comfortable save from Dempsey. He's got there at the second attempt. And Gilroy was waiting to pounce. Sends a long, good ball forward. Trite's underneath it. Takes a bit of a chance. Up from Haldane. Bryant, there was a little shove there on Pierre Carota. Nothing doing. Hales, dummies. Oh, just over the top in the end. He left it well for Haldane, but couldn't keep his shot down. Puts it over the nearly out of Cossham Street. Bounces back off the netting on the goal. Hart picks up the loose one. Start an attack for his side. Got the better of Trout, somewhat predictably, but good covering. And Paranello, another former Western man, Gilroy. Still Gilroy. Chips it over, there's a chance. Oh, excellent clearance, that is off the line. As Haldane nearly got the, didn't quite get enough power on it. Well dealt with, I think it was Smith back there. It's coming a little bit open now. Wells's boys cheaply given away. And Dempsey has to use his feet rather than hands, beat Gilroy. Good effect though. Carota. Chipped one for Meacham. Now Wells on the right hand side. Straight into the chest of Paranello, and McKeever gets to the second ball first. Paranello. To Hinton. McKeever. Keever again, decided to come central for the time being. Spreads it out well with his cultured left foot of his. And Gilroy. And turn away from trouble. Bit of space here for Haldane. Paranello. It's a hanging one. Head it back across goal and couldn't quite find the target, and it goes mine for another goal kick. Like settling down, enjoying it instead. It's like good four figures. Hopefully they'll eclipse the 11,000 or so raised at the last event. It's for the British Heart Foundation this year. Substitution as well for the supporters. Meacham beaten to it. Hart nearly gets the second ball before Danny Coles. But Gilroy to chase, near collision. Hales going to try and pick up the loose ball. Still going, Barry Hales. He's still playing well into his 40s. Cross comes in, too high for Haldane. Trickles behind for a throw. McKeever. Oh, a bit of indecision at the back. And final touch. Yeah, and as well kept in play actually from Dempsey. He did well to backtrack. And it's Ash Coles, an inadvertent header. Just put him in a bit of strife. Played there from Burt for McKeever. Now Wells. He's got some grass to run into. Miscued cross. McKeever, Bryant. Haldane. Oh, it's a great run off the ball from Gilroy. He's going to go for the lob, and he has executed it to perfection. 56 minutes gone. It's been 3 terrific goals from Bristol Rovers. Tremendous finish yet again. And this time, Dave Gilroy, you only got 1 goal in Bristol Rovers colours, an FA Cup tie at Runcorn, well known for his goals in non-league and on a non-league ground. He has proved that he still has it in front of goal. Dave Gilroy makes it 3-0 on 56 minutes. And here come the other, it's marked with another raft of substitutions, and celebrations. Dave Gilroy akin to Jamie Vardy's goal yesterday for Leicester. And for that, he's been substituted as well. So supporters are a tad deflated now. I'm sure they'll want to just get back on the score sheet. Lee Mansell's back in amongst the ranks. Richard Walker as well. Ricky Lambert. No let-up for the Rovers legends, many of whom played under Paul Trollope in the promotion side, 2006-07. Mark McKeever's trotting across over to the dugout as well. He was caretaker manager at Western for a spell. Scott Bartlett now in charge of them. So let's see if the supporters can at least get a goal to their name. And one of the players come on not too popular, the natives. Steve Elliott's back on as well for Bristol Rovers. It looks almost familiar to the side they started with. Hart trying to run, he should get the better of Elliott here. It's played behind everybody. Meacham. It's a rustling shot, takes a deflection, headed away from Tyler. Meacham again. Tyler's the other side, Finn's the other side of him. Hart with a volley, it's gone wide. Probably the best chance which the supporters have orchestrated so far, and somewhere near the penalty spot. Lucas Hart unfortunate to not find the target. Hinton. Lewis Hogg. Hales, furthest man forward. What strike force this is. Hales, Walker and Lambert. Got to get to grips with now the supporters' defence. Dealt with that one well. At the expense of a throw. Hogg, I think, still signed up with Melksham, as far as I'm aware. He was at Street recently. Had a playing spell at Mangotsfield too. Cheap offside given away. Meacham misses out in the air. It's Hinton, no. Foster. Lambert. Didn't fancy going for that one. Hogg shows no mercy. So on the hour, it's the legends showing their superiority, leading by 3-0. Lescott. Plenty of the ball in his first spell of the game. He's got it now off Mansell. Should keep this in. And does. Oh, but puts his cross straight into the hands of Dempsey. Disley was trying to latch onto it. Hart keeps it in well over on the left. Straight though to Foster. Mansell. Jinking run. Hales leaves it for Lescott. This is brilliant from Rovers, and eventual shot is deflected behind. They worked that tight little space so well. The former Gas. Corner sent in. Hales couldn't quite get there. Hart still shoved Hinton to the floor, I thought. There's Lescott. Mansell. Disley. Lescott tries to very deliberately place it in the corner, and it takes a hefty deflection. It's off Walker and ends up going behind for a goal kick. Bad effort from Lescott. Hogg. Mansell. Hogg is captain of Bristol Rovers, a youngster. Hales. Lambert couldn't quite find another player. He went for several £1 million during his career. Barry Hales still popular. Left for big spending Fulham back in the late 90s after a couple of years, and joined from Stevenage and went on to play for a whole host of other clubs. Disley spreads it out neatly to Hogg. Foster. He tried to receive it 1-2 off Disley, but oh no, it's a great chance for the supporters to get back into this game. It's Hart, he deserves a goal, but he is denied by Phillips. He looks up to the heavens. He knew that was his moment, but Steve Phillips stood tall. Good reactions from the goalkeeper, who's only recently retired. Still keeps very fit, cycling and running a lot. Raises a lot of money for various charities as well. So Hart trying to make amends now. Lippiatt's made a run forward and wins a corner for head of Steve Elliott.
Elbow him! Come on! Wait for you! Do it! Go!
So leaving Hart to take the corner. Low one, cleared from Lescott. Back to Burt. Hales. Lescott spreads it over. Yeah, well marshalled from the men in yellow. It's a searching ball. Hart certainly looked offside, but assistants are happy to let it go on. Chance for Finn, dragged it rather, pulled shot, and it's an easy save for Steve Phillips, just drifting wide. And Lescott. Finn, certainly one of the more unpopular mares who's come on today. Looks like a couple more might be making an entrance soon. It's a hanging one for Lescott. Managed to get there first. Disley. Steve Elliott wins it back. Manu started his career at Derby and Mansell. Well left from Walker. Hogg. Lescott. Mansell. This is good again from Rovers. Lescott, now he's found Hales. Can Hales get the goal he deserves? He can. It just about sneaks in off the far post despite a desperate attempt on the line, and Barry Hales comes back to Bristol and adds a fourth goal for his side. 66 minutes. Bristol Rovers legends 4, Bristol Rovers supporters 0. Still playing with Chesham until recently, Barry Hales. Keeps himself fit. I know he does a lot of travelling back and forth. He was at Truro for a spell. Sure, he had a period living in a caravan, from what I read somewhere. So goals on the 56th and 66th minute means this game is all but over. It's going to be a third win in 3 in this annual event. Again, I think the quest for the supporters is just to get consolation. Might get the biggest cheer of the afternoon, even bigger than Ricky Lambert's wonder strike. It's Martin Belsten memorial match. Disley. Mansell. Elliott. Mansell looking for the overlapping run of Hogg. Nods it back inside. Disley. Hales. Showing their class now, Rovers. Hogg with a low ball in. Takes a hefty deflection and goes behind for a corner to the blue and white quarters. Lewis Hogg's keen to take quickly. Hales again. Hogg to bulldoze his way through. It just ricochets kindly for the supporters stopper. A young side, the supporters group, so they should still have some energy levels in them, especially Meacham. Meacham might want to go alone, he does, and got his angles all wrong. Can't quite curve it into that top corner. Just found one of the back terraces at Cossham Street. He's given away though, straight away from Phillips to Hart. He goes a goal, and not too dissimilar strike than one a few moments ago. Snatched at it. Two things to slightly cheer about. There's a few substitutions to be made, I believe. Les Scott's getting involved in kind words of supporters. I think some are questioning the weight of some of the Rovers players. I think we'll dub some of that out, play some music over the top of some of the swearing, I think. Charity event after all. You even mentioned in the programme like the song they used to sing like Steve Elliott, but they had to cut it out because it was for a family publication. Started, "We've got Steve Elliott." I think you can tell what the next line was. Disley. Mansell. If you're enjoying the sunshine here, as are the Rovers legends. Disley. Oh, this is neat. It's Hogg. Should get there first, and he's lost out. Rarely lost out in a 50-50. Played at 3 different levels for Bar City. Sort of from 3rd tier downwards in Football League standards. He's on the ball again. Hales couldn't quite bring it under control. It was an awkward one. Disley. Lambert. Walker. Hogg again. Well, eventually ends up with Les Scott volleying narrowly over the angle of post and crossbar. And that gives an opportunity for another few substitutions with 20 minutes remaining. Richard Walker's coming back off. Walker, Disley and Hinton have had enough. So Byron Anthony's back into the fray. Feet from Meacham. Jace Burt, captain. Prestigious honour, leading signing against so many players. He followed fondly. Mansell, Lescott, got there before Reese. I think Reese knows whether he's coming or going at the moment. He's trying to watch players off the ball. Foster. Hales. Foster's continued his run. Pass didn't set up kindly for him. Hargreaves. Turn from Darren Burt. As Anthony goes back to his stopper. Steve Elliott. Foster. Hales to Bryant, and the other men recently reintroduced. Hogg. Hales tries to give chase, but lost out. Burt's beaten to it. Hales again down the right. Might want to go alone. Still going. I don't know, his shirt pulled. And was when did the initial offence take place? Might have been just outside the penalty box. Say if it was inside, then they've got the perfect man able to take it. Ricky Lambert had an exemplary penalty record amongst many other of his achievements. So you can put further gloss on the scoreline here. Oh, and headed straight into the hands of Dempsey from Hales. Quite get enough purchase on it. Lescott. As I said before, Reese. Lambert. Foster. Hales. Oh, Foster now. He's in. Oh, an accident. Well, it looked like an inception. In fact, it did come last off Foster. Under a bit of pressure, the man. Former Woking player. Quite a rare goal, I think it would have been. His CV. And Steve Elliott's coming off. And Lee Mansell's off as well, so. Couple of changes to the Rovers central positions. Danny Cole's back on. Andy Gurney as well, who's a versatile player. He started as a fullback in this match. Scored the last ever Rovers goal at Twerton Park back in 1996. Plays as a fullback and central midfielders. So many frequently seem to do. High one. Back inside to Coles. So Hogg's now been pushed further forward with Anthony also at the back on the ball now. A 6-year association with the club before being released by Mark McGee. Brought down well from Coles. Gurney. Hales. Lambert. Hogg. Anthony, flick and well cleared in the end. And for Meacham to chase, said before Foster. Burt's trying to make a more advanced run. Supporters haven't let themselves down at all. Covered from Coles. Hales away from trouble onto Lambert. Keeper just noticed desperately scramble back onto his line, but he might have to do some work here as Hogg shoots, and good save in the end from Dempsey. Took all the power out of that and got it away from his goal. I was going to say, in the build up to that, he saw Lambert's eyes light up, I think, when he spotted him off his line. Trademark crunching challenge from Hogg there to win the ball back. Hales, and cushion ball to Coles. Approach the final 12 minutes. Meacham might want to try and go alone. Bringing up Foster, teasing him. And he's done well, in fact. And his chance for Burt. Oh, he's got too many men in his way. Referee takes evasive action there and flags him offside. Meacham would have been well off had he gone for that. Lambert. To Bryant. Lescott. A bit of room now for Coles down the left-hand side. Put a ball in a good area, but nobody attacked at it. Trickles behind for a goal kick to the Rover supporters. Time for changes, I think. Lescott, Lambert, Hales. Making way. Steve Foster as well, I think. Difficult to keep track of all these. It's like Trevor Chalice is coming back on. Dave Gilroy, perhaps to try and add to his lovely lob, which made it 3-0. Haldane back on. He almost limped back on, I thought, but only fit enough to continue. Nearly latches onto that one. Good ball to Reese on the right hand side. Quite read the run of Hargreaves. Coles, plenty of time on the ball. To Gurney. Haldane. Good hanging ball. Gurney. He wanted that one, he's got it. Gilroy tried to touch it through to Bryant. Quite come off. It's Hoskins. Started the match, looks likely that he's going to finish it. Good angled run there from Meacham, but I was going to say Anthony did enough. He looked almost like he pulled him down. I think there was a 6 of one, half dozen of the other. Anthony is saying his shirt was held first. Hoskin picks up the ball in midfield. He did have the ball in midfield. It was well taken off him. Gurney goes in a bit excitedly. Made no connection with man or ball. But knocks it on for Meacham. Some decision does go supporters' way. I want to make some changes again as well, these final few moments, but Jace Burt now. Haldane, room on the left. Paranello. Haldane again. Gilroy. It was McKeever, rather. Two former Belsten men mixed up. Gilroy's trying to latch onto that cross in the middle. Haldane. Back to Chalice. Come on the full-back role rather than the midfield one he was given in the first half. I think Gilroy trying to bring it under control. Tried desperately to bring it under control. Failed to do so. Supporters a few minutes left to try and mount a few attacks of their own. Reese couldn't quite bring that one down. Hargreaves. Final flurry of substitutions, you would think. Only 6 minutes or so remaining. Reese, the latest winger to give way. Couldn't cope with the partisan crowd on this side, maybe. Darren Burtoff as well. Hart back on, who had supporters' best chance to pull one back. Denied by Steve Phillips. Chalice. Tried to lay off to Hoskins, but they ran out of room there on this near side here at Cossham Street, one of the main stand. It's pretty full. Weather's held up well as well. Chalice keeps it in. But Langton to try and give chase up top. It's a hot day and a little bit of a lapse at the back. Managed to get away with it. Neater as well with some of the lethal front men and some of the lethal finishing that Bristol Rovers have produced today. Hogg to Steve Phillips. That's what Burt was trying to do, trying to replicate one of his former heroes, Ricky Lambert, who scored from a similar position in the first half, but didn't get anywhere near enough power or height or direction. Apart from that, it was all right. Hoskins. Lovely ball, the outside of his foot, straight into the path of Chalice. Haldane. Chalice in a lot of room. Just a tiring defence. Gurney goes for goal. I think it would have reached it. Paranello. Haldane. Need to slip it in behind, but well read from the Yellows. And, not well played from the Yellows. Coles. Tried to receive it back off Gilroy. He's now going to try and track back and help his defence. Langton lays it off to Hart. Allowed to go forward. Hart. Nice slipped in behind. This is a chance. Meacham. Phillips again with a save, and it's going to trickle behind. But two fine saves this second half from Steve Phillips. Really neat forward play there between Hart and Meacham. Couldn't quite pay off. That consolation. It won't with corners like that either. As Fox manages to keep the attack going. Now Hart on the edge of the box and drags a tame shot, which Phillips is able to keep in play. Haldane. Gilroy and McKeever up in front of him. Chooses McKeever. Needs to shape up one of his left-footed balls, no doubt. Content to keep hold of the ball for now. Started his career at Sheffield Wednesday before moving to the other blue and whites and Bristol Rovers. Paranello. And for Langton to chase, and he's got one of the biggest cheers of the afternoon, that interception from Byron Anthony. To retire quite young. He still keeps himself in shape, particularly with interceptions like that. It's Hargreaves fells Gilroy. Haldane could be in, but good assured defending. Snuffs out that attack. Minute or so to go. 4-0 to the Legends. It's going to be 3 wins in 3 in the Martin Belsten Memorial match. More importantly, the crowd in force should have raised a lot of much needed funds for the British Heart Foundation. Strong challenge back to Hargreaves. Fox is inside. There's a diagonal ball though. Managed to find Hart. Now lines up a shot, and again can't get the better of Steve Phillips. Easy save for the former Bristol City, which I'll whisper, and Bristol Rovers number 1. He spent more years at the Robins and the Gas. Promotions with both. Gilroy. And he played for one side of Bristol. Shrugged off it. Inside to Hargreaves. Meacham, the furthest man forward. Inside to captain Jace Burt. Langton. Final chance maybe for Rovers. Well, looked like it. And thought it was going to be a foul, but no, that is the final action of an entertaining clash between these two sides of Legends and supporters. Much deserved round of applause at the end. It was 4 classic goals from some classic ex-Mem men. Ricky Lambert opening the scoring, doubled up by Craig Disley. Dave Gilroy and Barry Hales got in on the act in the second half. So fine afternoon here in Mangotsfield at Cossham Street. Much funds raised, much enjoyment had. Sure, we'll have the usual presentations after. It's been a great day for all involved in this 2019 Martin Belsten Memorial match. Has finished Bristol Rovers Legends 4, Bristol Rovers supporters 0.